Good morning, everyone. Once again, this is Black Forest coming to you with another market analysis currency breakdown. This morning, we're going to be looking at the USDJPY. But before we break down this chart and this currency pair, we have to state that this video is for educational purposes only. This is not financial advice. But we all know why you guys are here. You guys are here to find good, credible trading content that can help improve your ability as a trader and put some extra money in your pocket, especially in these tough times when inflation and high gas prices are squeezing every available dollar that we got out of our wallets. Okay, why do the hard work when we'll do it for you? All you got to do is like, subscribe, and share the videos. Subscribing allows you to stay up to date on our content as it drops. Liking and sharing allows the videos to get pushed out further in YouTube so we can further build our community of profitable traders. I'm pretty sure everybody who's watched these videos before has won at least a few trades or a trade, but the goal is to win more trades and have more wins than losses. Maximize your wins, maximize your profits, and minimize your losses. Okay. Also, if you have a request on any charts that you want broken down, and it does not have to be a currency pair. It could be stocks, it can be metals, it could be the futures, it could be crypto. Any type of chart that you want breaking down, either email us or leave in the comments below, and we will get those out to you. We will be dropping a requested chart breakdown today by one of our subscribers, and we're going to be dropping that video this morning too, okay? But we're going to get down with the usual business of taking care of the USD pairs, first starting with this USD Japanese yen. Now, with that being said, let's go ahead and dive in. Now, before we get to talking about what's happening on the chart, the technical analysis, it is very important we discuss what happens with the fundamentals with each currency respectively, as the chart is nothing but a mirror reflection of the fundamentals. Okay, so we'll first start with the Japanese yen. Okay, now what's happening with the Japanese yen is that we've been having some very mixed news with the Japanese yen. We've had some positive news, we have some negative news coming out, and then we also have some more news coming out about the Japanese yen going into the Asian session tonight around 7:30 and 8:30 Eastern time, respectively. Okay. So we did start out the week at the Japanese yen as it being one of our weaker currencies, and it started to lose its traction and traction from gaining strength, and actually started to lose the strength that it's gained. But now we're starting to see a pickup in strength. Now what's trying to be determined is this pickup in strength based on the economic indicators that's going on with the Japanese economy, or is this more so going towards traders forcing this sell, which is basically they're forcing the sell because we're at a 20-year all-time high with the USD Japanese yen pair. Okay, so as we can see, let me go out to the month. We are at a 20-year all-time high. So usually when you start to get to all-time highs that high, people will start going the opposite of what their current trajectory is. So being that we're going in a long position, you have a lot of people now starting to short this. Okay. And that could be actually independent of the current economic fundamentals that's dictating whether the Japanese yen is strong or weak. Because technically from just looking at the economic fundamentals, the Japanese yen now is more leaning towards the weaker side, is leaning towards the weaker side due to its losing its trajectory on gaining strength, and actually has lost some of the strength that it has been recently gaining. But the reason why you don't see the chart continue to go up is because you have a lot of traders, millions of traders just pressing sell, 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 sell. So it's just a lot of pressure on the sell side now. So that's what we're seeing. So I don't. It does not believe that the Japanese yen is gaining strength based off what's happening with its own economy, because its own economy is suffering from heavy inflation, which is brought about through gas prices from geopolitics that is affecting the prices of oil. Okay, so that's happening with that. So even though the economy is overall weak due to the economic woes and high gas prices, we're still seeing a strengthening of the Japanese yen just due to the fact we're at all-time highs with the Japanese yen. So a lot of traders are now forcing to sell. Okay. Now the USD, we are continuing good traction and gaining a strength with the USD. We had very good news come out about the USD during yesterday's New York session around 10 o'clock Eastern time. We did have some good news come out about the USD. We do have some more news coming out about the USD around 8:30 Eastern time this morning. This is just prior to the opening of the New York session. So once again, we're having another week of very strong economic news for the USD. We have a lot more positive news than negative news. And this means this is continuing to strengthen the USD and continuing on its trajectory of gaining back all the strength that it lost since opening up the year at performing very weakly. Okay, so we're going into the latter part of this week with the USD still remaining as one of our stronger currencies, and we're going into the latter part of this week with the Japanese yen, and technically is one of our weaker currencies, but because people are forcing these sales, it is starting to gain, I will say, steroided artificial strength. I would say just like artificial strength. So we don't know how long that's going to last for because if the economic woes continue to hit Japan all crazy, we could be start looking at outside of 20-year eyes. We could start actually looking at all-time highs for the USD Japanese yen chart. So that is a possibility. Okay. So with that being said, let's go ahead and break down what's happening with this chart now that we got the fundamentals out the way. So as you can see, we've been aggressively going up for a very, very long time. And like I said, now we're at a 20-year all-time high. And price still started to come down some. So there's several different scenarios in which it could play out. If the Japanese yen starts to produce more positive news than negative news, then we will see a continued push towards the short side. But if the Japanese yen continues to produce more negative news than positive news, what we're going to see is a choppy move towards the short side, and we're going to start seeing more aggressive moves up towards the long side. Okay, that's actually what happened here several trading weeks ago. We were starting to go down because here we actually reached like a 10-year all-time high, right? We did start to go down some, but what happened was that the Japanese yen started having more negative news than positive news coming out about its economics. So then price started breaking all the way to the 20-year all-time high. Okay, so now we're in the same situation. Technical, basically people just solely based this off technical analysis and trying to get into this trade early or trying to push price down because they're trying to jump into the sell early to try to catch and ride all this out all the way down. But the thing about it is the fundamentals have to be in your favor because yeah, price did come down some, but it's now starting to hesitate. So there's a couple of different scenarios and we're going to work that out. We could range out from here, and if the current fundamentals hold with the Japanese yen having more negative news than positive news, we could range out from here and then continue to go up and start to make new all-time highs. Okay, or we could range out from here, and if the Japanese news that come out supposed to come out tonight, 7:30 and 8:30 Eastern time, just what going into the early part of the Asian session. If that news comes out positive, then we will continue to see more an aggressive push towards the short side. Okay, so this is solely basically going to be dictated by the JPY, not so much by the USD. Okay, so once again, if the fundamentals currently hold as it is, with the Japanese yen having more negative economic news than positive news, we're going to range out and go make new all-time highs. But if the current fundamentals don't hold and we start to have a lot more lot more positive news about the Japanese economy, which is going to be strengthening its yen, then we're going to see more an aggressive move push towards the short side. When our next retracement area is going to probably be around here or here. Okay. Hope that information was helpful for you guys. Happy trading.